give Vanderbilt credit. I loved my team's fight in the second half. They never gave in. We were shorthanded, but no excuse. Let's go. The last minute of the half, you could tell I went crazy. Again, because I've done this 40 years, and I know how momentum shifts because of lack of concentration, lack of execution, and all of a sudden we go from up to down 4. What? What just happened? And if you look at those plays, we'll show our team, that shifted everything. And that happens in a basketball game. And then you say, did that need to happen? Did this need to happen? Is that what you were supposed to do? But I'm going to say it again. We never gave up, just kept fighting. Now, when you shoot the way we shot today, you're going to lose a lot of games. We got open shots, a lot of misses. We missed some free throws down the stretch that could have done some things. But I told them, guys, you're missing open shots, just keep playing, you're fine. Just somebody's got to make a shot or two, and made one or two, but we needed the last time out. And I'm happy I saved it because we got a chance to win the game on the last shot. We could have never gotten that off if we didn't have a timeout. Had to call the other timeout to get us organized because we're playing without a point guard. I was having Jacob bring it up. No excuse. And what did they do? They got up in us. That's what they did. Their thing was, they don't have a guard, go play, just go nuts on them. But I thought the only way we were making a basket was throwing it to Oscar. So that's what we did. Questions?
John, the obvious question with things will be how's Case, and the follow-up to that is how do you go forward without a point guard if you have to for a while?
Well, first of all, Case in the x-ray, he's fine. It's not swelled, so we'll see. I'm hoping that he'll be okay for Saturday, but I don't know. And if not, we got to figure out how we do it against pressure. We had to go with the guys we went with some other guys, and they just were getting the ball taken from them. Again, it's the energy, the level of the game, how hard the other team, you got to play that hard. And you got to know they're coming after the ball. So I thought we only had 11 turnovers. You ready? We only had 11 without a point guard. You ready? We only had 6 assists. So now I say to you, was that because we missed every shot? Or we were playing without a point guard? I would tell you a lot of them were shots we could have made, and now all of a sudden you get 13 assists and 11 turns, you're in a different position. Yes?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, the 3 assists in the first half, only 11 made baskets. That was before Kaysen went down. Was that just misses, or were you happy with the shots you were getting? Were you happy with the ball movement?
The ball wasn't moving like it had been. So now we had guys, everybody catching it and bouncing it, and we got to get back, and we'll be able to show them on the tape. They're capable of playing the way we're trying to play. So, yeah, we got good looks then too. If you go back and look, there were some open shots, and we, 3 for 19 from the 3, and how many of them were open? I mean, they weren't contested. We took what they gave us. So they're not machines, they're not robots, they're not gonna make shots every night. You wanna win anyway, and we almost did. You wanna win it anyway when you're not making shots. Yes.
Cal, are you confident that at some point you'll get Sabir back and obviously Antonio kind of thrown in emergency tonight. He played some at Illinois State at point guard. With time to actually prepare for that middle lane, do you think he does a little better?
I don't. My guess right now, and what the doctors told me, it's going to be a couple weeks, or at least that's what they think. So this is who we have right now. Yes.
Coach, is there anything that you kind of want to leave the guys with it being senior night and kind of the last game here or up this season? Anything you kind of want to leave them?
I wanted to leave them with a win, so I'm disappointed for them. But I'm going to tell you again, we fought and did everything we could to give ourselves a chance to win. We just needed to make one more shot. But give Vanderbilt credit. When they came back at the end of the half, it was a totally different game. That last minute of the half, and that's basketball. And you know, they made some tough threes. They, again, like always, there's a bank three that makes it the shot clock. You know, it is what happens. But again, I'm proud that these guys fought, because as the game got away, and then all of a sudden we had to fight like heck to give ourselves a chance, and we did. Yes.
Yeah, Cal, just how do you rate the job that Vanderbilt's done with Stackhouse this year, from the first time you saw him till now? What's different about them, and why are they?
He's got them playing physical. He's got them playing in the way they have to play, but he'll have to adjust again. They told me about the big guy, Robbins. I feel sick to my stomach when they said it, because the kid's been through so much. But he'll have to adjust again, and he will. I mean, they've won some good games, and they've beaten some good teams, and then we're one of them. Yeah.
Of the 59 shots you guys took, 30 were from mid-range. Is that what you guys were wanting to do in those
We had
situations?
19 threes. We took 19 threes. And we wanted the mid-range shots, yes, because that's how they play, and it's one of the things we do so well. We missed a bunch of them today. Just missed a bunch. That's a shot we make. As a matter of fact, we play to get those too. Yeah.
Cal, last game CJ only had 7 minutes tonight. He was kind of thrown into a larger role with Casey going out. How do you feel like he played and adjusted to
He
coming back
fights.
to that large?
He fights. He's smart. We had some, breakdowns where it was a guard-to-guard screen and we didn't switch. And the guy drove for a layup. Like, are you kidding me? But again, the only thing I want to tell you is, all I kept talking about, and I said it at halftime, I think they made this game bigger than it needed to be, because we're in good shape right now. And I told them, this game is us learning about ourselves. Don't worry about the result. But I think you start missing free throws, you start missing open shots. No, it ain't that time yet. And so we had played and chasing and playing and moving the ball and knowing how, and we kind of got away from it in the first half. But I think we got back to it. But like I said, we had to play one way to finish the game to give ourselves a chance to win, and that was throw it to Oscar. Anything else? Yes. And we wanted the mid-range shots, yes, because that's how they play, and it's one of the things we do so well. We missed a bunch of them today. Just missed a bunch. That's a shot we make. As a matter of fact, we play to get those too. Yeah.
Cal, last game CJ only had 7 minutes tonight. He was kind of thrown into a larger role with Casey going out. How do you feel like he played and adjusted to
He
coming back
fights.
to that large?
He fights. He's smart. We had some, breakdowns where it was a guard-to-guard screen and we didn't switch. And the guy drove for a layup. Like, are you kidding me? But again, the only thing I want to tell you is, all I kept talking about, and I said it at halftime, I think they made this game bigger than it needed to be, because we're in good shape right now. And I told them, this game is us learning about ourselves. Don't worry about the result. But I think you start missing free throws, you start missing open shots. No, it ain't that time yet. And so we had played and chasing and playing and moving the ball and knowing how, and we kind of got away from it in the first half. But I think we got back to it. But like I said, we had to play one way to finish the game to give ourselves a chance to win, and that was throw it to Oscar. Anything else? Yes. You're gonna get a coach to go out with me. I'll do the first set, and then I'll have someone else.
Given sort of how you guys have played, and you talk about people trying to talk you out of the tournament, and you played your way probably into the tournament, how important was it that you built up a little bit of cushion when you have an unforeseen thing that happens?
You know, it's amazing. I think there were 17 teams, somebody told me, in the top 25 that were unranked at some point. I mean, this thing is, look, we've done what we needed to do. We got one more game left. We got our tournament left. And now let's just finish it. And then let's go to the next. I mean, we're fine. I mean, this team has done things and played ways, and we're shorthanded, and now we're really shorthanded, and still, I mean, we're going to be fine. We're fine. And I said it before, we still can write our own story. We're on that path. I said it before when everybody was losing their minds. We'll write our own story. We don't have to deal with that. This one, you'd like to have won it, but we didn't. But we fought like heck. We learned some things. You're playing without any point guard. Now we got to say, okay, what if we have to do this again? What do we do? What works, what doesn't work? How do we get into offense without the guy having to bounce it 3 times? I mean, you know, we'll have to look at it and see. So, but it was good win for Vandy. You got to give them credit now. Don't act like we played awful. We missed shots. They guarded us. They were physical. But again, I want to tell you, we didn't turn them over. They were playing it for the last shot. The one that banked in, come on, plugged and went in, rolled in. It's only against us that stuff happens. So, but we'll move on now. We have a practice tomorrow, really not doing much film. We'll do something on Friday and get on the plane and get down there and play a terrific Arkansas team in a building. I would imagine it's sold out. Let me say this. The fans literally carried us today. The fans in that building carried us and got us back into the game and gave us a chance to win, our fans. And it was another unbelievable crowd and spirited, you know, it's great to see. And the ovations all the kids got. You know, Ellen being out there for Xavier was great. And, you know, I talked to him earlier. He was still groggy when I talked to him, so I knew at 3 o'clock there was no way he was going to be able to come down here. So, but we'll go.